god! Holy shit!
Oh my god, it's so bright. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. That thing looks freaking crazy.
Rewind. Rewind.
Yes! Yes! $69!
I'm gonna aim so far above his head.
Rewind.
I don't have superpowers yet, do I? Oh, he's got big eyes. Wait, superpowers! Wait. Do it. One shot him. Oh my god, he did. Wait, he one shot Cole.
Rewind.
Yo guys, what is up? Yo guys, what is up? Yo guys, yo guys, Yo guys, I'm doing today. Livestream. Welcome in. How we doing? Well, hopefully it's 12:02. There should be patch notes for Borderlands 4. Fingers crossed they posted them on time. I have a flight that I need to leave for in like an hour and a half. So not a very long stream today. We're hopping on, hopefully recording some patch notes and chatting about them. Maybe test out any changes. They're out. I'm finding them. Dude, I am so sick. Wait, what is this? Whoa. We got a roadmap? Major update, free content, photo mode. Q1 of 2026. Bounty pack. Raid boss. Takedown, bounty pack. Story pack. New endgame activities. All right, we'll read through this in a second. Let me see patch notes. January 29th. Let's see. Sorry if I sound so sniffly. All right, major update. We've got photo mode, a rework of Harlow's 0-point action skill, and ultimate Vault Hunter mode levels now increase dedicated drop levels. New content, photo mode, progression and rewards. Some Vault Card rewards. Removed the Chaos and the Midnight Defiance from the Phosphine Challenge. I did a tutorial for True Mode. We're gonna like read through all of this fully in a second. I'm just skimming it. Specializations, Daredevil. Action skill cooldown rate has been adjusted to 0.5%. Daredevil. Action skill cooldown rate has been adjusted to 0.5%. And multiplicative action skill bonus has been added. Oh, that's like the passive stat up at the top. I was like, what the heck is that? Runner melee damage bonus is now multiplicative instead of additive. Cool. Harlow rework. Amon changes. Vex. Bloom Reaper. Guns and Gear. Tedior. Malon Jacobs. Holy. Oh god. Massive patch notes. Good lord. Hallelujah. All right. Let's make a video. You have a cold? Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. 700 gigabyte update. That's not possible. Didn't see any bot nerfs. I don't think bot nerfs are happening yet. They did say that they are going to nerf it, though. Oop. Yo guys, what is up? Max in our Borderlands 4 video, and today we got a major patch for Borderlands 4. I haven't read through these patch notes yet, but just skimming them, they're some of the largest patch changes that we've seen. So hopefully the changes are good, they're significant. I'm going to be kind of just like reading through them live with us, or with you. So hopefully they're really, really awesome. Seems like they... I'm going to try that one more time. Yo guys, what is up? Max in our Borderlands 4 video, and today we got a major patch for Borderlands 4. Now, I haven't read through all of these changes yet, so we're going to be reading through them together. Really hoping for some great things. Just like from an overview perspective, I did see that we've got a photo mode, Harlow reworks, and more. And they also put out a roadmap for the rest of the year to give us an idea of when we can expect a certain amount of content to be coming and what they're working on for the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Let's do this. Also, I apologize. I have a pretty bad cold, so if I sound sniffly and nasally, that is my bad. All right, new content. Photo mode is available to all Borderlands 4 players, so you can capture your mayhem-fueled moments or serene shots of Kairos. While photo mode is active, you can adjust the position of the camera, movement controls, field of view, depth. Cool. We finally got our photo mode. I've been hoping for that for thumbnails, so that's actually very, very helpful for me. Progression and rewards. They're changing some contract missions. Order troops now progress when killing enemies. Looks like they're fixing some of these contract missions, which were breaking. Vault card challenges, they're also fixing. Will now increase when conditions are met. Vault card weekly will no longer reset with a save load. Will now progress as intended. Lots of like progression things weren't working. Speaking of progression, the Chaos and the Midnight Defiance are now removed from the Phosphine Challenge. Obviously, you couldn't get these to like drop normally, so shouldn't have been in the Phosphine Challenge. Good change there. Updated Malon status effects to better identify what triggers the status effect, leading to better tracking on challenges. A bunch of miscellaneous things. They've added a true mode is now able to be consistently enabled for newly created level 30 UVH characters, and now there will be a tutorial for true mode. That's pretty good. Players creating a new character in multiplayer will now receive intended rewards. And then we get to Vault Hunter changes, address reported issues where critical hit damage sometimes wasn't being applied to critical hits. Cool. Specializations, Daredevil, action skill cooldown rate has been adjusted to 0.5, and a multiplicative action skill bonus has been added. I believe this is the passive, like when you're just like speccing into your points for your specializations. So that actually should be helpful. You know, there's not many, if any, multipliers in Borderlands 4, so getting a multiplier to your action skill damage should be helpful. I'm imagining like pure action skill builds will benefit from that pretty heavily. Runner, melee damage bonus is now multiplicative instead of additive. That is very good. And then we get Harlow, the Gravatar skill rework. Dev note, we're making several changes to 0 point as another step towards making the skill tree feel more satisfying and better balanced relative to Harlow's other trees. Because we're changing the fundamental behavior of 0 point to include the old inertia augment. Huge. In the base skill, we want to see how these changes balance out before doing more work on the rest of the tree. We have our eye on a few other passives that may be candidates for some buffs, but between the recent passive buffs that we've implemented several weeks ago, combined with today's changes, we'll revisit those in the future once we've gathered adequate feedback on the current changes. Long term, we want to ensure that each Vault Hunter has plenty of build diversity, with each action skill having its own pros and cons. If and when we see one falling behind, we'll continue to explore changes like today. 0 point now includes the benefit of the previous inertia augment. Killing an enemy in stasis now resets the duration. Searching for a new target and makes the duration decrease faster. Inertia augment changed, updated to increase Harlow's slam damage. Whenever she slams an enemy, create a mini unstable energy pocket. Pocket projectiles that randomly deal cryo radiation damage. Additionally, she also gains increased status effect damage and status effect chance. This effect stacks. Ba-ba-bum. Give me 1 second. Oh. Balloons. So I think that's a good first step. So I think that's a good first step to improving Blue Tree Harlow. I actually wrote, like, quite literally an essay on how to fix Blue Tree Harlow. I posted this on Twitter. I also sent it to the devs. They have seen it. And one of the things I recommended was baking in inertia that makes your bubble seek out enemies, because it just feels really bad when you use your action skill, kill an enemy, and then it goes on like a 30-second cooldown. Even when you have like really good cooldown uptime, it just feels not good. So I'm glad that they did that. However, you know, that will help Blue Tree. I still think there's a lot of things that Blue Tree needs to really be successful. Probably not going to read through this whole thing, but I really need them to fix Strange Attractor. This is an augment that ricochets bullets to enemies in stasis. Ricocheting to enemies in stasis is just significantly worse than just straight up ricochet chance. Both Amara and Maya, who are like phase grass characters, had indiscriminate and chain reaction, which were really important parts of their mobbing kit. Maya's chain reaction, you needed to have an enemy in her bubble, but then it would ricochet around, and it was really important. This only ricochets to enemies that are already floating, which are like, you know what I mean? You're not going to have more than like a few enemies floating at a time, versus like when the mob density is crazy, it just doesn't really do anything. So I really need them to fix that. I really would like to see them rework Domino Effect, which is the chance to re-trigger shared damage. This is re-triggering your shared damage at a % chance, but your shared damage is less than 10% of your total damage. If this just had a chance to re-trigger like splash damage, as in if I dealt splash damage, I had a chance to cause that damage again, would be way more helpful for like single target on the tree. I also said that they should reduce the cooldown on the stun lock. This is that when you crit an enemy, you can put them in stasis. It's on a 10-second cooldown. Inertia being baked in will definitely help, but most builds are through a group of enemies in 10 seconds. Only being able to put an enemy in stasis for free every 10 seconds feels bad at endgame, especially with how fast most builds clear. So I was hoping that they would change that down to like 4 seconds. Change another cool. There's like one of the big issues with Blue Tree, honestly, is that there's like I think it's 4 or 5 skills that all just grant cooldown, and the like legendary class mod for Harlow is that if you hit an enemy with your damage and you proc a status effect on them, you just get all your cooldown back. So there's like 5 or 4 skills that like just do absolutely nothing, and so there's so many like things that they could do, and then all of the damage increases in Blue Tree are all just like cryo damage that's like a bonus cryo, but you have hardly any base damage increases in Blue Tree. And so I really think that they need to add some more like base damage increases so that the bonus cryo damage is actually doing something, because right now you're like only like real big base damage increases, like 30% gun damage, which isn't quite cutting it. So definitely a good start. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit disappointed that there's not more things. It's just like one augment being changed and then another augment. I'll definitely give it a go. Hopefully it feels a lot better to play. But I don't think it's going to solve all of our issues. It does sound like they're doing this as step 1, as part of like a multi-step process to make it better. But once again, we're like 5 months out now, and the skill tree has been like pretty much unplayable since launch. All right, next. Cattle, thank you for the 54 months. Appreciate that. Amon the Forge Knight. Amon now consistently deals bonus cryo damage when equipping Cryonic Thrum augment in multiplayer. Prevented unintended increases in the number of segments in the Vault Hunter bar when Amon activates his action skill. Dragon's Breath now applies properly to Ripper weapons with beams. Firewall Forge skill will now block Moonman Callus projectile attacks. Okay, so not too much for Amon, if anything. Vex, address the cooldown for Prismatic Ichor, sometime resetting when applying a status effect. I think that's good. Prismatic Ichor is a very strong skill, but I remember her like clones could break it. So that potentially could be very helpful. I'd have to look into that more. Phase Pocket passive no longer resets the Taser Underbarrel magazine when using Blood Up Enhancement. Healing numbers now present correctly when Spectres are using Ripper Legendary Sniper Rifle Tank Buster. Addressing Carnate action skill behavior so that it continues to work while using the Vibe Check Capstone with Legendary Class mod Technomancer. Okay, so more so just bug fixes for the rest of the Vault Hunters. General gameplay. Bloom Reaper. Falling into the fog will now consistently kill players instead of having them fall out of the map. The Purple Rift now only appears after the boss is defeated. Address an instance of Bloom Reaper keeping the invincible health bar in the second phase. Address an exploit that will allow UVH time trial rewards to be obtained while not in UVH. Address an issue that would cause the chest for platinum rewards to be empty. That's good. Disc shooting heavy weapons will now damage Bloom Reaper's crystals. Hallelujah. Ordnance Amon kind of got the short end of the stick on Bloom Reaper because some of his best weapons, like the disc jockey, just didn't work on crystals. So you didn't really have a great way of going at them if you were playing an Ordnance build. So that is a good change. Still certain things that don't work on Bloom Reaper crystals. I believe dots don't work. And so we'd love to see that changed as well. Vile creeps are no longer getting stuck in the air. All right, changes to Bloom Reaper. I still just don't think Bloom Reaper is an enjoyable fight. Like, I got on and I've done the Maliwan takedown like 1,000+ times because it's really enjoyable. I don't really enjoy doing Bloom Reaper, mainly because of the, just the amount of BS that's going on, but mainly because there's just the immune phases. Like, you're just out of gameplay for so long. So I really wish they would adjust that. World events and bosses. Increase the spawn rate of world bosses in the punitive manufactorium area. Rewards will now reliably spawn when completing the airship or the Gordello world events. Minister Screw is no longer able to be frozen. Okay, loot and stations. UVH levels now increase dedicated loot drop levels. The higher the level, the higher the chance of dedicated loot dropping. That's definitely something we're going to need to test out. I was a little frustrated with their changes to the drop rates off of the fact that they weren't all that significant. However, now we've got the buff drop rates, and now on top of that, your UVH levels will increase your dedicated drop rates. this not only should make farming better, but it also should make it, you should now feel like you have a reason to farm on UVH6, which was definitely a real issue. Was, even the best players were farming on like UVH1 because they didn't feel like it was worth to farm on UVH6, even if they had a crazy build. So hopefully this means that you are rewarded for playing on the harder difficulties, and that is something that's been desperately needed. Change the respawn station outside of the Umbral Foundry to fast travel. Prevented loot items from dropping into unintended areas after defeating the oppressor or killing all enemies in Ripper Drill site and Saw Clench. Mission enemy echo locations. Next, we get to guns and gear. Enhancement. Adjusted the underdog enhancement to only apply to Vladoff underbarrel weapons as intended. This will remove an unintended damage bonus that was happening when some guns switched their ammo or element types. We also updated wombo combo rockets, so they now correctly count as underbarrel damage. Oh, shit. That's crazy. Wombo combos now get underbarrel damage. I mean, that's at minimum, if you're using that enhancement, a 50% increased damage for the wombo combos rockets. That's pretty crazy. Two-year legendary assault rifle Chuck now throws properly when the player has 120% gun reload speed. Addressed a behavior that prevented homing on the third gun spawned by two-year reloads when specific conditions were met. Removed extra gun from two-year shotguns with Ripper mags. Maliwan, the Oh My God will no longer consume energy shield when overshield is active. Cool. That's a buff. Only active elemental status effects will spread when killing an enemy with Maliwan licensed parts with Maliwan enhancements and transfuser core. Gotcha. Singularity is now spawned correctly on Maliwan sniper rifles with singularity grenade launchers. I'm wondering if this is a change to the like action skill, like being able to spread action skills or status effects with your action skill. If you had like holding a Maliwan, not sure. Jacobs, address Jacobs' ricochet damage to apply the intended amount of damage on Jacobs' weapons. See, like, this is a kind of note that I wish that they would, like, elaborate a bit more on. Like, what is actually going on? Was it doing less, more? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't really know what to take away from that. Torg legendary pistol hardpoint will fire as intended with cheater licensed parts shooting. Okay. Order legendary sniper rifle Rooker needle projectiles will consistently home in on enemies at a distance with the Callus augment. It will also no longer spawn unintended underbarrel projectiles with Jacob's licensed parts and Jacob's enhancements with leaper and bounce pass. Okay, so a nerf to the Rooker. Ripper legendary shield Watts for dinner will now consistently give the overshield in multiplayer. Weapons with COV mags now continue to fire when using bullets to spare firmware level 3 with the ventilator enhancement. Cool. Dataless SMGs with the overcharge attachment and Ripper mags will now inherit the Ripper mag charge up time. Atlas Sure Shot perk is no longer triggered by Rafa's Peacebreaker cannon skill while equipping a weapon with Atlas licensed parts with the Sure Shot enhancement. Updated tracker antenna and trauma bond to no longer incorrectly apply to gear with Atlas parts. Ordnance heavy weapons now cause damage to boom drones. So, like, I don't know. I get really excited when I saw all of these manufacturers getting listed, but a lot of them are more so bug fixes, which is fine. But I still, like, I would personally love to see some shifts to the meta. I think that's part of what kept Borderlands 3 engaging for me for so many hours, is that, like, you know, every few weeks we'd have a completely new build meta or something that was crazy or something to use that was new. And I don't see really any of these things pushing the needle towards, you know, using more Atlas weapons or anything like that. And so kind of disappointed with that. Firmware, Skillcraft now receives the proper amount of stacks when dealing skill damage to enemies. Deadeye 2-piece now functions as intended with intended projectiles. High Caliber 3 Pierce now functions as intended with Atlas tracker grenades. Get throwing now properly increases heavy weapon ordnance damage. Once again, like, would love to see some actual shakeups to firmware meta. This isn't really, you know, all these things are just like kind of bug fixes. Like, what I mean by that is, like, even if we don't get new content to the game added constantly, if they buff something or change something in a way that it makes new builds viable and new gear viable, that is, you know, the equivalent of giving us something to do. because, you know, I will go out and farm those new weapons that are, you know, super buffed, or the new firmware, and make some builds with it if it's worth using. Looks like we've got a bunch of animations and audio changes, audio and visuals, bunch of miscellaneous stuff. I'll have this linked in the description if you want to check it out. Some split screen changes, like to see that. Split screen was a little bit rough, so hopefully that feels a lot better. Player experience, visual optimizations, improvements to stability. And then we get our weekly encore boss is the leader Willem. With the weekly wild card is the Borstel Ballista from the All Charged Up mission, and Maurice's Black Market vending machine has moved. So that's gonna do it for the. So that's gonna. Oh, has anyone found Maurice? No release date for the story DLC. Oh, you know, let's look at the roadmap. They also released a 2026 roadmap, which looks like January 29th is our major update. Q1 2026. They didn't really get specific with this. As Bounty Pack 2, Legend of the Stone Demon. This is going to include the pearlescent rarities. Then also in Q1, we're getting the Story Pack 1, Vault of the Damned. That should be cash as well. I'm assuming that's cash. Then the next free update is Raid Boss 2. Then we get a Takedown. Then Bounty Pack 3. Then Bounty Pack 4. Then Bounty Pack 5. And then Story Pack 2. Interesting. That's quite a bit of... This is going to be a little bit rough. I kind of wish it was like Bounty Pack Story DLC. Bounty Pack, Bounty Pack. Basically means this... Let me record that again. I'm mumbling. Next, they posted a roadmap for 2026. In January 29th, we've got the free content major update photo mode that's happening today. Our next update is Bounty Pack 2 with the pearlescent rarities. Then Story Pack 1 is going to be Q1 2026. I'm expecting to see this around March. Then we've got Raid Boss 2, our first Takedown, Bounty Pack 3, Bounty Pack 4, Bounty Pack 5, and then Story Pack 2. This should also come with a new Vault Hunter. Not a huge fan of 3 Bounty Packs in a row, to be honest. I wish it was like Bounty Pack, Story DLC, then Bounty Pack. Just means we're going to have to wait quite a while for the next DLC for the game. And obviously, the Story Pack DLCs are like the biggest, most exciting additions. So quite a while after this next one. But that is our roadmap. And then they've also said that we're going to be doing performance improvements, new endgame activities, cross-save support, limited time events, and things like that. They also had a post along with this. We're continuing to work on improvements to the base game based on community feedback. These include highly requested features like cross-save progression, as well as shared progress across your account for things like SDUs, map progress, and activities. Okay, I'm glad they mentioned this because I was kind of hoping to see this today. Sounds like they're still working on getting you the ability to share progress when you're making like new characters. That's probably one of the bigger frustrations I've seen in the community for why people, you know, kind of make like one character and move on. They just don't want to deal with the annoyance of doing all their SDUs again. We also know more endgame content is important. We're working on new activities and content, including a new raid boss, a takedown, and more. First major update of the year is now live. That includes photo mode, Bounty Pack, Story Pack coming. Over the next 2 months, we'll see premium content updates for Borderlands 4 that expand on the story. In February, our second Bounty Pack, Legend of the Stone Demon, will be available. And our first Story Pack, Vault of the Damned. Bounty Pack, Legend of the Stone Demon gives you a new mission and legendary loot to collect, as well as a themed vault card, 24 cosmetics, 4 pieces of gear. Bounty Pack 2 will be the first piece of paid content. Legend of the Stone Demon marks an important loot chase with pearlescent gear, a new rarity with power levels superior to even legendary gear. This new rarity will be available to all players regardless of what edition Borderlands 4 they own. Cool. Following Bounty Pack 2, we've got Mad Melee, introducing all new region of Kairos, new story missions, and the first new Vault Hunter for Borderlands 4 Cash, Pog. About Ellie. Cash, the new Vault Hunter, is a former casino dealer bot turned a drifter who chases the probability breaking highs of cursed eldritch artifacts. Similar to other Vault Hunters in Borderlands 4, Cash has 3 unique action skills to choose from and can enhance his abilities via 3 branching skill trees, full of powerful. Okay, so not any like new information. Additional upcoming features. On top of everything planned for the new content, we don't have set timelines for these yet, but we're eager to get these features into your hands as soon as possible. Level cap increase. We'll increase the Vault Hunter level cap for all players in future updates. Cool. Personally, I'm excited for that. I know some people don't like level cap increases. I think that'll be very, very fun. Cross-platform saves. Cool. Shared progression. This is another much asked for feature. We want you to easily explore other Vault Hunters and even alternate builds on the same character. To help with that, we're working on shared progression, so you'll be able to start new characters with all your hard-earned progression, including collectibles, map progress, fast travel unlocks, SDU tokens, vault fragments, glide upgrades, vehicle locks, and hover drive upgrades. Huge. Okay. Hopefully that's soon. They should really try to implement this before Cash goes live. Like, that should be their big goal, is get this live before Cash goes live, because a lot of players will come back for Cash, and if they have to do all the SDUs and everything again on their new Vault Hunter, it's going to be probably pretty frustrating for a lot of people. So hopefully they get this locked down and happen it soon, before Cash drops. And then they're planning on doing more free events, building out endgame content. More endgame content is on the way. Bloom Reaper. Borderlands 4's most difficult endgame mission yet will come in the form of a new takedown planned for free major update. Cool. Best loot in the game to date. Second raid boss. We're also working on additional endgame activities. Please, for the second raid boss, don't have like 30-second immune phases. Please. Each big content drop is rolling out alongside a free major update for all players. We wanted to use this time to share a quick reminder of the difference between monthly major updates and weekly minor updates. Gotcha. Here's to more mayhem in 2026. Cool. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. Let me know what you think of our first major update of 2026. I still personally was hoping for more, but, you know, it is what it is. Guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Peace. Joseph S., thank you for the 7 months. Appreciate that. Oh, there was music going on that whole time? My bad. Yeah. You can't hear it over on YouTube. It looks like they did some optimization for this update. Did infinite ammo aim-on get a nerf because the status effect change? Which one? I don't think so. Free show league event today. I gotta get on a plane in an hour, Epic. But, dude, I found a build that I'm really excited to play. If we play, I don't know if I'm gonna have any time.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Check in, thank you to the Twitch Prime.
Twitch
Appreciate
baby
that.
Pog.
Major patch. What's major there? Yeah, it seems like more fixes. One thing that I don't get is it says January 29th, major update, free content. What's the content? Is it photo mode? Is that like free content photo mode? Interesting. We're like 5 months in now. No, I mean you're very correct. I don't know. I know game dev is hard, but like these things need to happen sooner. Like they just do. I mean, I'm a photo mode enjoyer. I basically will use photo mode for every single video I post. But that also should have just been in the game at launch. You know what I mean? Like 1,000%. Why is my Adobe Premiere constantly crashing? I'm imagining it works just like the BL3's photo mode. Have any of you found Maurice, by the way? When they dropped the new character already. True. Pulpa, I think the 43 months. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing horrible right now, Meesta, unfortunately. I got some nasty cold, and I genuinely couldn't sleep last night. It was so weird. I tried everything. I like woke up at 4 and just didn't go back to sleep. I went to bed at 2. Photo mode. Flying while sick. Oh, it's just the worst. Only thing that's worse than flying while sick is flying while hungover. um... That, like, could be interesting. Depends if it has a stack limit or not. You got 2 Levains in your game? That's pretty sick. Give me 1 second. I gotta edit this real quick. Rerolling Maurice still works. That's surprising. Yo, guys, what is up? Yo, guys, what is up? Max and our Borderlands are working on for the game. I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Let's do this. Also, I apologize. I apologize. That's pretty good. Players creating a new character in multiplayer will now receive intended rewards. Newly created level 30 UVA. Pretty good. Good. Contract missions, which were breaking. Vault card challenge breaking. Vault card challenges, they're all claims an enemy status effect chance. This effect stacks. How's the new major game saving patch? Fuck off. So I think that's a good first step to improving. Blue Tree Harlow. I actually wrote. We need someone to do data. I need K6 to go do another 500 kills on one of the bosses and see what the dedicated drop rates are now. And one of the things I recommended was baking in inertia that makes your bubbles seek out enemies because it just feels really bad when you use your. However, there's a new character coming out end of this fiscal quarter. However, you know, that will help Blue Tree. I still think one launch. All right, next. Rate the update from 1 to 10. Well, I haven't tried the Blue Tree change yet. I haven't tested the dedicated drops. I still feel like it's a lot of just bug fixes, though. Like the majority of the patch, most of it is bug fixes, which is, I mean, it's good. Like, you know, bug fixes are good, but they're not exciting. You know what I mean? Amon the Forge Knight. Amon now consistently deals bonus cryo damage when equipping Cryonic Thrum. The cooldown for Prismatic Ichor. I think that's good. Prismatic Ichor was no longer able to be frozen. Here. Fight, like, you know, I got on and I've done the Maliwan takedown like 1,000+ times because it's really enjoyable. Minister Screw is no longer able to be frozen. Okay. Loot and stations. UVH levels now increase. Dedicated loot drop level. Boom, boom, boom. Saw clench. Mission enemy echo location. Next we get to guns and gear. Enhancement. Adjusted the underdog. K6 did a face bomb. Not
Next
surprised.
We get to guns and gear. Enhancement. Adjusted the
Shit. I mean, there's some good changes in there for sure, but like, the way that they're doing these updates now, it's like they don't really do much in the minor updates, right? Like so far the minor updates have been basically just like weekly resets. And so these major changes, as they've said, are where they're going to do the biggest changes to the game. And there are some big changes, but like balance wise, still nothing really. I mean, Blue Tree Harlow hopefully feel a little bit better. But in terms of like gear, you know, there's like 2 shields to use in the game. You know what I mean? Change the respawn state. Foundry to fast travel. Prevented loot items from enhancement. Adjusted the underdog enhancement to damage. Oh shit. That's crazy. Wombo combo should hit like a truck. Damage on Jacob's weapons. That was a good change. Like what? Ripper legendary weapons with COV mags now continue to fire. When that just will come alongside the DLC. Hopefully. Ventilator enhancement. Cool. Data. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm editing this live. I gotta get it done because I gotta head to the airport soon. Moron. Order legendary sniper rifle Rooker parts with the sure shot enhancement. Updated tracker antenna and trauma bond. So like, I don't know. I get really excited. I'll have this linked in the description. And Maurice's Black Market vending machine has moved. We need a proper end game. True. Nah, dude. Alright, not to run Salt in the Wound, but I remember when we were all complaining about the end game on literally day 1, and Twitter was yelling at us that it's only because that we've no-lifed the game, and then it's just a YouTuber problem that the game doesn't have end game. Good times. So are we going to Exile Con? I wasn't planning on it. Looks like January, which looks. They also. I'm gonna stay home and co-stream it, and not fly for 21 hours. Map. 2026 roadmap looks like January 29th is our major 2. Interesting. I think I redid this. I think the bed we could share. True. I mean, I'm done to do Gamescom again. It's by the Propaganda Loudspeaker. Cool. Thank you. That's very helpful. Next, they posted a roadmap for 2026. In February, our second bounty pack, Legend Immune minor updates. Here's to more mayhem in 2026. Of 2026. I still personally was hope. Guys, I'll catch you all on the next one. Take care. Hoping for more, but you know, it is what it is. Guys, I'll catch you all on the next one. Take care. Peace. Cool. Have any of you messed around with Harlow's new action skill? Let's go get some footage of it. Do I have a blue tree Harlow right now? Ooh, give me Dot Harlow. Where's she at? Oh, no new changes. There's quite a few changes. Not as significant as I was hoping for, but just by the propaganda loudspeaker of the glowing farewell and the hungering plain. Glowing farewell. The flare well. Oh, cool. Thank you. I guess I ripped your weapon away. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm
How's
gonna
it
shower
going,
before I hop on the
Moxie? What's
flight.
on the agenda today?
Red Devil, thank you for the 9 months. Appreciate that. Thank you. What's on the agenda today? Not much, unfortunately. It's really unfortunate timing. I agreed to it like 2 months ago, but I have to go take a flight for a little video game thingy. And I need to leave in about 40 minutes for it. So we're just testing some stuff. Grab Maurice and make this video. Until the wild bows called. All right, let's see how this looks like. Black market location. We're going to it right now. Happy birthday. Thank you, Dad. Appreciate that. Is it marathon? It is not marathon. I can't tell you what it is, though. How the specializations impact builds. I mean, it wouldn't actually change anything about your build. It would just give you more damage if you're using an action skill build. This is action skill multiplier, means that like anything that's hard focus for action skill damage actually do significantly more damage, which is really nice. But it wouldn't actually like change the way that you'd spec your build, if that makes sense. Just you do more damage with your action skill. It's Borderlands 5. Oh, I'd be mad. Wait, am I going the wrong way? No, I don't think so. You playing Freesia later? I would love to, but I have to get on a flight. I've got a work trip. Very unfortunate timing, dude. Literally couldn't have been worse. Major update for BL4, Neo 3 demo live, and Freesia launch. Dude, there's a super cool build that I've seen some people theorizing on Reddit that I really wanted to try, which is Eye of Winter Mines on Scavenger with Fury Valve.
What a minor major.
Looks really sick.
Hi, bippity boop. Is any fight with me really fair?
My FOV get lower.
All this radiation exposure and no hazard pay. You're in retrograde.
Murray should be somewhere around here, yeah? Hot or colder?
That's a lot of damage.
Mexarican, thank you for the 21 months. It's on the top. Cool. I think I see its glow, actually.
Bolt sack on the move.
Oh, there it is. Cool. I don't remember if those guys can get doubted. Yeah.
Coming at you.
Ooh. Holy tank is dead.
Oh, it's good to be alive.
No, we're dead. Is that a kaleidoscope? No, it's a purple Maliwan shotgun. Just trying it with blue tray with the new status effect action skill. Node. Oh shit, that put me really far away.
I hope
What the hell?
the echo didn't log that. I think a little chaos is in order.
Alright, I'll record this. For the location of Maurice's Black Market vending machine, you're going to want to travel to the Hungering Plain. I just traveled to the launch pad, drive down, and then on this building, you can just kind of like jump up to the second floor of this big building where the tower is. And then right below this massive tower, literally can't miss it, is Maurice's Black Market vending machine. Looks like I got the Phantom Flame and the Hot Slugger in mine. Not a great week because those don't have like a ton of weapon part variation, but yours will be different. You got a Super Soldier and Dark Beast. Nice. I agree. That's where I come from too. Is 3 had the best end game, and like I don't play Borderlands games for the story. You got a 25% siphon Super Soldier. What the hell? It's different. Yours will be different. Guys, it's gonna do it for the video. I'll let me know. Do. All right. Oh, you know what? Real quick before we render this. Let me get some footage of this. You think 3's gameplay is better? Oh, I don't know about that, actually. I really like 4's movement. Three had great gameplay, don't get me wrong, but I think 4 actually wins gameplay-wise. The rest of the tree also gains increased status effect damage, and an enemy create a now resets the duration, searching for a new target, and makes the duration decrease faster. Inertia augment changed, updated to increase Harlow's slam damage. Whenever she slams an enemy, create a mini unstable energy pocket. Pocket projectiles that randomly deal cryo radiation damage. Additionally, she also gains increased status effect damage and status effect chance. Inertia augment changed, updated to increase Harlow's slam damage. Whenever she slams an enemy, create a mini unstable energy pocket. Pocket projectiles that randomly deal cryo radiation damage. Additionally, she also gains increased status effect damage and status effect chance. This effect stacks. I think that's a good first step to improving Blue Tree Harlow. I actually wrote cool. Yo guys, what is up? Max in our Borderlands 4 video, and today we got boom, 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 boom. Bring back the snowdrift. Okay, the snowdrift was sick. Snowdrift was insane. Alright, how's this photo mode looking? Z is lower. I assume. Cool. Very helpful. Apparently the Maurice reset still works. Someone in chat said. Can you interact with things from a distance, like the Malon takedown skip? That's a great question. Let's see, do I have inventory space? I don't. No, I do. Let's see if we can go pick up that, that purple. No. No, see, in BO3's photo mode, when you exited, it would just like it would like just kick you out of photo mode immediately. So then like things were interactable. But see how it holds you in photo mode until you're back at your character. So if I exit here, I can't, you know what I mean? Like I can't interact with anything until the camera's allocated back on my character. So no photo mode shenanigans. Just leave me in the body bag. Cool. What's the god roll for Dark Beast? I like shotgun underbarrel with Jacobs. Didn't know the game had a photo mode. Got added today. The camera mode exploit was awesome. It was really cool. I didn't get any compiling shaders today, but I usually do. Did any of you get compiling shaders today? Unboot up. With Jacobs, they got roll for anything. You mean you're not wrong. If you can get Jacobs on it, most of the time, that's what you want.
I'm tasting a new flavor, and it's you, mummy!
You just did a big encore 4 times. Got 2 Lego drums. Yikes. Maybe the dedicated drop rate buffs don't apply to big encore? Because big encore sets them to 25%. I think if it affected big encore, they probably would have stated that. They, in the last patch when they buffed dedicated drop rates, they specified that it didn't affect big encore. Sorry, that was gross. How are you gonna get sick on your own birthday? This sucks. Did you check out the drop rates? Feels pretty good on UVH6. Not yet. Happy birthday. Thank you, Spring Fart. You were sick for 3 months. What the hell? With what? Disgusting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a faucet right now. Word. I think that was a me problem. I think that was a me problem. You hate Bloom Raper. I didn't mind Bloom Reaper when it first came out. But I don't know. It's just like, it's just not fun to kill. Like, I don't know. I just don't enjoy it. It's too long of an immune phase and too many annoying things. I don't know. It's not like, oh, it's too hard. You know what I mean? I kill it just fine. It's just like, I don't know. It's not a fun boss to like. I don't want to like spend 4 hours farming Bloom Reaper. You know what I mean? I'd spend 4 hours doing like a Malawan takedown, easy.
think a little chaos is in order.
I can like do 1 kill. Booster amp watts, nice. Good shit. Yeah, I mean, Bloom Reaper is just a perfect example of how to make a boss not one-shottable, but still not annoying to fight. Or like a nuisance to fight. Because Wotan had immune phases. Like, Wotan had, like, like, realistically, Wotan had, like, what, like 8 immune phases? If I told you we were adding a boss that has 8 immune phases, you'd jump on a set of Legos, you know what I mean? But his immune phases were like 1 second each. They were just like natural phase transitions. So it wasn't awkward. What the fuck is this build? Oh no, we're on blue tree. Sad. I thought we were on green.
Activating stasis. Calculations correct.
Oh, blue tree.
As expected, I'm the last
Bum, bum,
one
bum, bum.
standing.
No legendaries, let's forget. You know what cash release is? End of Q1. End of Q1. Don't know any more than that. I'm expecting cash to be end of March, is my guess. All right, guys. I unfortunately need to go hop on a plane. Very unfortunate timing. Sorry for the very short stream. I was gonna try to be live at like 9 a.m. so we could do some gaming, but I just didn't sleep last night. Fly safe. Hey, thank you. I'll have this video out, and then tomorrow goes live with the Grenade Harlow build. Bum, 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 bum. All right, we're gonna go raid. Oh my god, K6 is already off of BL4. That's crazy. God damn. We're gonna raid Mr. Killer 6. All right, guys. I'll see you in 2 days. 2 days. And then we'll have some Neo 3 to grind. Dia, first Descendant drop. Lots of cool stuff. All right, peace.